If you read the news, there's been an arrest. The Germans are on the case. Rest assured, they're going to get to the bottom of it. They have their best people on it. They've nabbed a Ukrainian named Sergei Kuznetsov, arrested in Italy on holiday with his family. They believe he's one of the Nord Stream saboteurs, connected to the crack team of Ukrainian super soldiers that were seen drunk on the pier in Poland with a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. With a 50-foot sailboat, pretty plausible, isn't it? That's the story they're going with. This is the biggest red herring story imaginable. So what I'm going to say is pay attention to the timing. Pay attention to the timing. Why have they arrested this guy all of a sudden? They're keeping the story alive. There are political negotiations going on vis-a-vis Ukraine with the United States and the European powers. And trust me, the Russians have made Nord Stream an issue. That is one of the chips in negotiations. They want to have an independent investigation as to who did it. Now, the Germans did an investigation, and they've been sitting on their findings for a year and a half. And Sweden and Denmark, the Nord Stream pipelines were blown up in their exclusive economic zones. They sent investigative teams and reconnaissance teams immediately. But Sweden can't release any of that information because of sensitive national security concerns. It is very likely that the Swedes know. And it's very likely that all of the NATO countries, in my opinion, anyway, based on the evidence that I've looked at, most of the NATO countries that were involved in the drill, which took place in the Baltic Sea, Baltops 22, they know about the Nord Stream sabotage. All of these countries, United States, Britain, Norway, Germany, would very likely have been involved in this. That's my understanding, and I don't share that opinion alone. Many top investigators agree with that, and many mainstream pundits are now saying the same thing. But still, we have this Ukrainian story that's being drifted out. This is designed to deflect and distract from the real saboteurs. And that's all this story is. They're going to kick the can down the road, and we'll still be arguing about it like JFK's assassination in 20 years. If we say, did they not, did they do it? This is one of the biggest acts of industrial, infrastructural sabotage really in the modern era. It's state terrorism. It's gone unpunished, but the worst thing about it is you're not allowed to talk about it if you're in the mainstream media. Imagine something that significant and that consequential to the cost of living in Europe and our economies you can't even talk about. That in itself is incredible. It tells you the type of situation, the type of time and history we're living in.